Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I'm back doing your October 2017 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Leo, for all those big cats, those purry kitties out there. I do see Leos as being very purry. They like attention, and the more attention you give them, the happier they are. That's what I see them as being. Kind of warm and fuzzy a lot of times. So not all Leos, but that's why I call them the big cats. So anyways, let's see what we get for you guys for October. This is for October 2017. I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moon-Law, and I may pull another card or two from one of my other decks. Thank you guys so much for being amazing followers, fans, and subscribers. It really means a lot to me that you guys have been supportive through all the changes that I've made on my channel and things that I've gone through personally, so I really appreciate that. I am still doing private readings, so if you'd like to get a private reading, definitely hit me up. My website is oracledaphne.com. The link is going to be in the description box below. Now is a great time to donate because I'm no longer able to, through YouTube, to offer these videos for rental purchase. So, I mean, I can still click it, but YouTube contacted me and said, hey, you know, for most of the content creators out there, we're discontinuing that option. So anyways, as far as I know, it's going to be discontinued. So that's why I'm bringing back these horoscopes. So yeah, if you'd like to support me, I'm on Patreon. I have a GoFundMe campaign, and you can donate through my PayPal link on my website. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Let's see what we get. Very interesting reading. It's kind of a mixed bag, I want to say, for October. It's not like the worst, but it's not the best. There's a couple things that I'm going to talk about and see what else I can tell you here. There's a couple things that are going to make October really hard. And there's a couple things that are going to make October for you flow better, okay? The first thing that I want to talk about is we have the Three of Swords coming in from the outside. And anytime I see the Three of Swords in this position, or in any of the key block positions, this tells me that there's something that's going to transpire that brings an element of pain, suffering, sorrow, or loss. Now that's the last thing that Leo wants to hear first off in a horoscope, I know. But my horoscopes are, shit you not, like, break it to you, not so gently readings, okay? To me, this is like a breakup for some of you. This can indicate some sadness about a previous breakup, or sadness or sorrow or loss about something that happened in the past. Because the Three of Swords, I'll just show you, it's a swan that's been hurt, and you see this heart there. She's been hurt. Now, because she's been hurt, a lot of times it talks about like nursing pains from the past, or it can, not always, talk about pain from the past. But it also, to me, like, I recently suffered an injury and I saw this in my spread. So I see this as actual physical pain for some of you. This could indicate some, she's broken her wing. She's got a sword through her. She's in pain, So when I say she, it could be a he too. So this could be something as small as, you getting stung by a bee, pain, or like you breaking something, pain, I don't want to say that, but like, again, she's got a broken wing and an element of pain. It comes with this card. So because this is also in the position of what's coming in from the outside, it can be inflicted by someone else, by what someone else says. Swords card. So it can be inflicted pain or suffering or heartbreak because of other people, because of somebody else. And I'm getting a tingle on that. So most likely it's going to be from somebody else, from not necessarily because of something that happens to you, but for some of you, it's going to be something that happens to you. Most of you, though, because it's in the position what's coming in from the outside, this is my guide said an injustice. It could be an injustice inflicted upon you, or something that somebody says to hurt you, or something that happens between you and another person. So it's like you get the call, or some element of where there's some elements of loss here. This can be losses in life's journey too. My guide is pointing this out. Losses in life's journey. It can also be some element of financial loss, because we have the Ace of Pentacles with it. Okay, so loss some way, somehow through finances. I would caution you really strongly if you're doing any kind of investing, okay? Any kind of investing, be very cautious and careful at this time, okay, Leo? Leo's motto is like, go big or go home, So my suggestion is do not roll the dice into one big swoop, because Leos do things in a big way. I would be very careful and cautious. Now, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. I am not in any way legally responsible for any, situations that arise between, for money situations that arise, okay? So I'm cautioning you because this is what I see. And this is how the cards are appearing to me. But that's all. It's a cautionary tale. That's it. Washing my hands of it, okay? So that's what's going on there. I don't necessarily feel like this is job loss, although it could be, because we do have the Six of Wands showing up, and that can be a job related issue. If the issue also relates to money in any way, too. So let's just say there could be a job loss because they're an issue related to money. Not for everyone, but for some of you. There's a lot of things there that it could be, but I don't want to go too far into it because it's going to get too specific in some way. I am just telling you here that there's outside influences also that are kind of wishing you ill. I don't necessarily feel like it's psychic attack because it's not the Eight of Swords in this position, but I would say this is like some element of someone who doesn't want the best for you. And the thing is, Leos can be like targets. They can be big targets because everything with Leo is big. Well, I don't want to go anywhere with that. Okay, I just leave that alone. Okay, but essentially they can become big targets because they're kind of out there. Their personality is out there. They put things out there. They're not afraid to speak their mind. They're not afraid to be out there. Some of you may be in the public eye in some way because you have the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe what you do is in the public eye. Maybe you're in the public eye, you're on the news, or, you work in the media in some way, or, some of you could be YouTubers, but this is also, singers, songwriters, film producers, this is like, you're out there. You may be in the public eye, and people may not be sending you positive energy at this time, middle of October especially. This is where you got to watch your back. You got to watch what you say, because this is when the knives come out. This is knives coming out. Jealousy also. Leos can rub people, especially I want to say water signs, into a place of jealousy, into like a jealous kind of rage, or into a place of like, not necessarily maybe jealousy, but jealousy with others. I lost what I was saying. Jealousy, the water signs. it's not, there's a lot of water cards showing up here too. You may be in a relationship to a Pisces. I feel like there's a strong Pisces thing coming up, and Pisces can get triggered. Pisces can get triggered by people. So, and Pisces can be the trigger. So they could be the trigger for you in some way. You may have some Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in your chart. There's 3 cards showing up here with the water signs. So it's very strong. This water energy is very strong. Now, Jupiter's going into Scorpio, and this is just what you may be dealing with, you know. I don't necessarily feel like these cards, the water sign energy, is negative, except it may trigger something to happen or trigger you in some way. And when I say trigger, it may bring out either the best in you or the worst in you. That's like the trigger. And like the other day, this example of being triggered, I called up, I don't know, some guy, I was waiting to get paid on something, and some guy texted me, and I asked him to send me a link, and he wouldn't send it. And I was like, and it triggered me because it was something simple and it should have taken 2 seconds, and his attitude and his tone was just, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I really lost my temper on this person. Unfortunately, I did that, but you know, it was just a trigger. There's something in him that triggered me, that made me kind of respond in a certain way. So watch out for that. I want to say, watch out for that. Okay, so I was saying 8 of Cups. So we have in the center of the reading the Page of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. These are all in general, really positive cards for positive cup cards, except the 9 of Cups can be a player, just so you know, guys, okay? This is the number 1 player in the deck. He is not always a player, but a lot of times he can be. So this is also someone who wants their freedom, doesn't want to settle down, wants to be free of a relationship, maybe has been in a relationship for a long time, and it's just like finally just like gets to the point where they're like they need to be free, or they need to feel free. This is a person that resists any kind of control, any kind of any kind of control or you know, they just don't want to be tied down, being tied down in some way. And that's in the center. Okay, so Leo ladies, I feel like you're not focused enough on you. You may be really into a certain person. You may be really into this water sign dude. It's like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And it just feels like that relationship isn't really going anywhere. And if you were to continue that relationship, then you're not going to get past this 3 of Swords energy. So there's going to be some kind of ending with it if you're interested in this person. I want to say, if this is a relationship that's gone on for a long time, this is going to be an ending where you're going to get hurt. Okay, or where you feel hurt in some way. Now, this is interesting because this came up for me recently, where I was looking at a relationship, and that relationship hurt me. It was like not intentional by the other person, but I was hurt because of what happened. And it's hard to explain. Normally I don't really feel those kind of things, but like I did, and it brought it up. Any water sign people can bring up and bring out of you emotions that could be locked inside, or feelings that you might have that you might not even really recognize. And you may look at yourself and be like, who am I? Like crying over something that seems kind of ridiculous, but it's not ridiculous. It's just sort of water signs get you in touch with your emotions. That's kind of how it is. They could have a Cancer moon. Cancer moon people do that. They could have a Scorpio moon. Scorpio moon people can be really good to talk to because they're good at analyzing emotions too. So there's a lot of different things going on here. The Page of Cups is vacation. So some of you Leos may be kind of taking a little time off or taking a little vacation. The 8 of Cups is moving away from stressful emotions, which is interesting that I'm saying this because we have this 3 of Swords energy, and the energies are kind of in conflict. So there's a lot that could be going on in the middle of October for some of you. Beginning of October feels more peaceful, that's what I want to say, and more like you taking time for yourself, you maybe taking a break or a vacation, or, you know, hang out with some friends, because you have the Strength card crowning, and that's friendship, and that's you, Leo, that's you. I do like the fact that there's at least one Leo card showing up in this reading, which means that you're in character. Despite the things that are going on maybe in your life, you're in character. I do like also, you have the Three of Pentacles as the foundation of this spread. And the Three of Pentacles is feeling loved and support. Feeling love and support from friends and family. And in this position, you are really loved and supported. And or you're really loving and supportive to somebody else. I'm getting a tingle though when I said you're really loved and supported, and some of you really need to know that or hear that from me. Some people don't perceive themselves to be loved and supported even though they are, and sometimes people forget that they have the support system. They forget to reach out to friends and family. They forget that they have like a loving partner who's there for them. It's easy for fire signs to get very self-focused. So remember that if you're struggling at all during the month of October, that you do have a support system, that you do have people there for you. And there's always a person there for you, even if it's not a friend or family member. It could be some random person that you meet. The universe is going to send you someone to be there for you. The universe might send you a pet too, because I see the Strength card as being a card about pets. There's them in the menagerie. It's like a menagerie. I call it a menagerie card, where you have pets, you have kids, you have a lot of shit going on, you know. A lot of the Leos that I've met actually do have a connection to cats. I don't know what it is, but there's this connection to cats with the Leos. So you may actually have cats, dogs, birds, you know, all kinds of crazy, you know, situations going on. But yeah, there's love that can come through the pets also that's supportive of you. And yeah, there's that. Okay, so later down the line of time, let's talk about the end of October. And I want to say steady as she goes as far as this ship kind of getting, you know, with this Three of Swords. You know, you may be kind of, you may be going along and things might be going really good beginning of October, and then you're hit with this Three of Swords energy and you're like, fuck, what am I supposed to do about this? You know, how can I handle this? Like, and it just like causes you to kind of veer off track a little bit and go and derail a little bit and go, what the hell am I doing? I do feel like you're gonna be fine despite this energy. You're going to recover from this energy, and I was gonna say maybe bounce back, but it's not just about that. It's more just like you kind of addressing the problem, fixing the problem, and moving on. If it's the end of a relationship, I feel like it's actually, for you, going to unblock your blessings. So if you've been in a relationship and you come to a point of about breakup, you might actually feel relieved. Some of you, it's like, you know, it's, you know, any kind of loss, again, going back, could be death in the family or something like that. It's a loss, but there's relief because maybe the other person's at peace, or there's relief because maybe you're a caretaker and you're taking care of this person. It just is kind of like a relief that comes through some element of loss. I'm gonna get a tingle on that. So that's showing up there. But okay, so steady as she goes, and then we have this weird bunch of energies showing up at the end of October. See what else I can tell you, Leos, about what's going to be going on later into October aside from that, because there's other stuff going on. I do feel like some of you are going to be very busy, traveling, maybe traveling for work. you may be more busy than usual, you know, in communication or communication style. We do have the Eight of Pentacles showing up with the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of times this is driving around. This is, you know, spinning your wheels in a lot of different directions. The Eight of Pentacles is work. So to me, this is like basic, like it's traveling for work or being busy, really, really busy. Make sure, Leo, you're taking enough time off. That's what I want to say. Even though in the beginning of October, maybe you've already taken some time, it feels like things are going to kind of rev up really quickly, and Leos can, you know, overdo it. I'm not saying you're going to overdo it. I'm just saying, I feel like you're going to get back on the horse. If you haven't been really busy, you're going to be really busy towards the end of October. But B, I feel like still, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's they have tunnel vision. They are so focused on one thing, or on achieving their goal, or on getting somewhere, that they forget to stop and smell the roses. They forget to take time to eat. They forget to take time to just take a walk and enjoy the sunshine. They just forget to do those things. So to me, my guide showed me the words quest for wealth. And it's interesting because there's another card that in my Marseille deck that talks about, you know, someone being on the quest for wealth. And the quest for wealth is sort of never ending. It's always like that carrot that's dangled in front of your nose that you're always chasing. It's like it's never enough. You got to get there. It'll get there eventually, but you're never there. And in some way, life is a little bit like that. If we're going to go really deep here, life is a little bit like that. So that's why you need to take time. You need to take time to smell the roses, take time to go outside and enjoy the sunshine, take time to spend with your kids. If you have them, take time. That's what I want to say. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush through life. Some of you may be rushing to get somewhere or rushing through life, you know. Slow down. That's what I want to say. Slow down. Some of you have your eye on someone who's already in a relationship. Some of you are waiting for a guy to come back, or you're waiting to be with a specific person. I definitely see like the waiting card did show up, and I wasn't sure what that was about until now. So some of you are. That's the Nine of Wands. I do see some of you taking a trip or moving at the end of October. And or completing a really big project. Some of you are going to be completing something. It's like completion at the end of October. You also got a really good card about, a really great message about having success in all that you do. And I'm getting such a really strong tingle. It's very emotional. So for some of you, it's like needing to feel like you're successful, or needing to feel or know that you're going to be successful. I think Leo, you just need to pat yourself in the back and say, you know, I did a good job. You know, I worked hard. I did what I could do. You know, it's like a job well done. Some of you have been working hard on something, and you need to feel that reward. You need to hear the words of confirmation. You need to know that, because I feel like that makes you feel good. So in some way, you need to hear me say it. You need to hear a partner say it. Make sure you're asking for the words of confirmation from a loved one. So ask and say, you know what? I need to hear you say something nice. And sort of ask them to say something nice and let them think about it for a minute. And if they have nothing nice to say, then ask them again in an hour after they've had dinner. You know, that's what I want to say. And continue to ask them. Oh, and you also got the message about loving someone with all your heart, which is interesting because it's so sweet. It's such a sweet, some of you are sweethearts, and I feel like some of you do have a lot of love in your heart. And And Leos, on the positive side of Leos, they are very heart-centered beings, and they are very loving. And so some of you are really in love with a partner, and I think that's awesome. And don't let anybody or anything get in the way of that. That's what I want to say. And, let your love shine out into the world, because I feel like you have a lot to offer in that regard. Some of you are really loving individuals, and that's a gift. And not everybody has that. And if you have someone who loves you, specifically if you're in a relationship to a female, okay, to a female, then I feel like either they love you or you love them. I feel like it's more you love them. You really love them. And it's like you have this heart-centered feeling for them. And it's love, definitely love. And I think it's great. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to leave off there. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing. Long video. I will be back again with more videos, hopefully. And, be in touch if you like a reading. Definitely give me a thumbs up. Definitely click the subscribe button. Those things really help my channel. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. I send everyone big hugs. Big kisses. And I wish you guys all the best. All right, take care. Bye.